say this real quick. It's just like in the time of Acts when the foreigners was first started being brought in.
Yep.
And when they had that council with Peter, and he was like, look, we're gonna do this, this, and this. We're gonna have them work on that first.
Right.
They didn't overwhelm them with trying to do everything at one time or trying to grasp everything at one time.
Yeah, and he said that. He said, why burden them with things that we know our fathers were able to bear?
Right.
You know?
So, same thing now.
Same thing now, it's just more on a deep spiritual level, you know? Go ahead, brother.
And into all riches of the full assurance of understanding.
Speak up just a little bit more, brother.
To the acknowledgement of the mystery of the Most High, and of the Father, and of the Anointed.
Yep, go ahead.
In whom are hidden all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge.
Right, that's where it's hidden, all the treasures and hidden knowledge. Go ahead.
In this I say, lest any man should beguile you with enticing words.
Yeah, because it's, if, when you're, just coming in, or you may, not have really dealt in some of the deeper aspects of the scriptures, it's easier, I should say, depending on who you are, to beguile you, Yeah. Go ahead.
For though I be absent in the flesh, yet am I with you in the spirit, joying in beholding your order.
Yep.
In the steadfastness.
That's a key word, order. Go ahead.
In the steadfastness of your faith in Yahushua.
Yep, go ahead.
As ye have therefore received Yahushua Mashiach.
As ye have received him. So just, deal with the things that you've received. Deal with the things that you've received. And, the Lord will bring out the things that he wants to bring out, by whom he wants to bring them out. It's always been that way.
Can't rush the spirit.
Can't rush the spirit, man. The spirit listeth wherever it go. Wherever it want to. In fact, keep reading that, and then we'll jump. I believe it's John chapter 3. Go ahead.
So walk ye in him.
So walk ye in him, in the things that you learned, and the things that you were taught. Don't do extra things. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things too to keep to yourself, man. In these scriptures, that's like it say in the scriptures, where there is no law, there is no sin. But at the same time, the scripture also says, if eating meat offend thy brother, then don't eat. You know what I'm saying? You go to your brother's house and he don't eat lamb. You know what I'm saying? And you'll tear some lamb up. Okay, well, just eat whatever he got for you, so long as it's in the parameters of the law. I mean, there's nothing complex about that.
Brothers did that when they first started.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. We had certain brothers that didn't eat certain things, so we had to accommodate. And then they started seeing how delicious that lamb looks, man. They start tearing it up, But you can't, you can't offend your brother, You gotta let the spirit dictate that. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
Right. Rooted and built up in him.
Right, rooted. You gotta be rooted. Rooted in what? The basics. Like it says in Hebrews chapter 5. The principles, the first things. The things. The basics that we're supposed to know. Go ahead.
And established in the faith.
And established in the faith. Established in the things, like it said in Sirach chapter 3, that you are, that you've been assured of. Those things that, look, if you know them, you're ahead of the game on shit. Everybody that's attending a goddamn seminary, man. You 100 miles ahead of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How many of them assholes could tell you who the Israelites are today? How many of them assholes can identify Esau? You know what I'm saying?
Don't take that knowledge lightly.
Yeah, don't take that knowledge lightly, man, and work within that. Work within what the Lord gives you. You know what I'm saying? And then the Lord, like it says in Peter, that he'll exalt you in due time, you know? Go ahead, brother.
As ye have been taught, abounding therein within thanksgiving.
That's why Paul keeps stressing, as ye have been taught, abounding in those things.
Stick to what you know.
You know what I'm saying? And more importantly to what you know, stick to what you've been taught.
Con. That's what I mean.
You know? Yeah, I know. You know, and see, here's the thing. When you read Romans chapter 10, in fact, jump from there to Romans chapter 10, brother.
That's why Elder Tahar harps on that.
Yeah.
Says, you know what, man? Stick with
GMS.
GMS.
That's right. That's right.
You wanna know the right way.
Yeah, that's it.
You wanna know what to do.
That's right.
Stick with GMS.
Yeah.
That's not no.
It's
a
not
statement to puff himself up
not at all.
or to say just to be all glorified. It's just the truth. It's just like
Paul
it's the truth.
himself said it.
And
Follow me as I follow Christ.
That's exactly what Paul is saying.
That's what he's saying.
Look, you want to do what's right, man.
Just do what I'm doing, all right?
Just stick to this, okay?
Right, because what I'm doing is according to the scriptures, and that's what we all should. We should all be that way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We should all be that way. You know.
Trust in what you believe in. Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
It's not the next one.
Where you at? Romans? No. Start at verse 13.
Alright, come.
I got you at chapter 10, right?
Yeah.
Okay, start at verse 13.
Romans chapter 10, verse 13.
Yep.
For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved.
Yep.
How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And now shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard?
Yep. Go ahead.
And how shall they hear without a preacher?
Right. How you going to hear without a preacher? That's why I had the brother read Colossians chapter 2, because the brother's, what he means when he says stick to what you know, he means stick to what you've been taught. You know? Go ahead.
Right. And how shall they preach except they be sent?
Yep.
As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace, and being glad tidings of good time, of good things.
Go ahead.
Right. But they have not all obeyed the gospel.
Right, because they're not listening to the teachers that's teaching them.
Right.
And the teachers that's teaching you, we teaching you the basics, and that's what you should stick with, you know? And that's what we stress here in this camp, and that's what I'm pretty sure all you other brothers stress in your camp. And we're going to, we'll continue to stress that, and the elders are going to continue to stress that.
And it keeps happening over and over again.
For a reason.
Example of the people who think they high powered.
Yep.
The people who think they got it the most.
Yep.
And if they want to go on the thing and other stuff, they fall out.
Yeah, and the guy that you like, I know more scriptures than him, the Lord keep increasing that brother, you know? So, look, man, I always say it ain't no room for niggas, and it definitely ain't no room to be puffed up in this truth. So, with that, we're getting close to where we're going to convene at. And we just going to continue in the spirit when we get out there on them highways and them byways. So, with that, we're going to say shalom and man up.
Shalom.